Hey everybody, welcome to Mortgage Today for Wednesday, November 6th, 2024. Oh, what a day it was. We woke up this morning with a brand new president-elect, and time will only tell if it's for the better or the worse. But early this morning, UMBS were getting smoked. They were down 60 basis points. Bright and early stocks were up 124 points right away this morning. Stocks were up 124 points right away this morning. Donald Trump's victory in the U.S. presidential election unleashed a shockwave in the global markets as traders prepared for dramatic policy and economic change under the new administration. Heading into the election, we knew the bond market was losing ground in concert with improving odds of a Trump victory and red sweep. After being surprised in 2016, markets were determined to bake in as much of the expected outcome as possible. The seemingly massive overnight sell-off in bonds means that markets have done exactly that. 10-year yields were only up 19 basis points, and while that may sound big, it's very much on the low end of the spectrum of potential election reactions. If there's a reason, it's that the red sweep has yet to be decided due to a neck-and-neck forecast for control of the House. All attention now turns to the Fed, which starts its meeting today. Longer term, it will be interesting to see what happens to the GSEs under this new administration. The services economy expanded for the fourth consecutive month, according to the ISM Services Index. The increase in services PMI in October was driven by boosts of more than 4 percentage points for both the employment and supplier deliveries indices. The business activity and new orders indices both dropped by at least 2 percentage points. Each of the 4 sub-indices are now above their averages for 2024. Bonds sold off overnight, like we said, as we talked about, as the reality of Trump's victory became apparent. Traders more or less nailed the trading levels right out the gate. This didn't leave much room for volatility during domestic hours. The 10-year yield started the day around 4.45 and ended around 4.43. Given the all-consuming focus on the election, it would be easy to overlook the fact that Thursday brings the next Fed announcement. It would normally be Wednesday, but some smart person pushed it back a day. Does that even matter in this environment? Frankly, probably not too much. At the very least, the market is 100% prepared for a 25 basis point rate cut. At the very least, the market is 100%. At the very least, the market is prepared for. At the very least, the market is 100% prepared for a 25 basis point rate cut. This statement and Powell will both likely acknowledge improvements in economic data, especially the big shift in the non-farm payrolls, while at the same time reminding the market that the Fed is playing the long game and not to read too much into 1 month of data. UMBS ended the day down 47 basis points, which is pretty awful, but it's actually 20 basis points better than earlier in the day. The final price is at 99. Again, that's so far off of the trend lines, there's no point in even looking at it. But what there is a point to looking at is a post from our sponsor at thatmakesense.com. This is part of the Yeah But series, and it's an interesting one because Joshua Sitzer, the guy from the NAR lawsuit, started a real estate brokerage company. Isn't that interesting? Let's discuss the pros and the cons of it with Michael J. Barnes on Yeah But over at thatmakesense.com.